In this video we're going to see if we can get back on track following 2 horrendous races last time out, and see if we can improve our safety rating so that we're in a position to be upgraded to Licence Class C come the end of this Mazda Championship. Hey guys, and welcome along to another video. If this is your first time here and you like watching all sorts of sim racing related stuff, subscribe now and click the bell icon so you get notified of every video I upload and you don't miss a thing. In today's video we're covering 2 races in the 3rd round of the Global Mazda MX-5 Cup here at Lime Rock Park. Following the 8-minute qualifying session we had just before this race, we find ourselves in 9th place and hoping for a good result here. And by good result I mean minimal incident points. We're aiming for none, and the reason we're doing so is so that we can progress up to Licence Class C where the IMSA awaits. But as we come round the Big Bend, turns 1 and 2 here, that's already gone out the window as Jose Maria has got other ideas. He's going to punt us straight up the backside, giving us 4 incident points pretty much straight off the bat. Now thankfully the car isn't damaged, that's the only real saving grace here, so we're going to hopefully pull away from this guy and continue and have a maximum of 4 for this race. Now for those who are not familiar with the iRacing classes and licenses, basically the GTEs and GT3s in the IMSA Championship that I want to get to, you have to have a minimum of a C class license. The only way you get a C class license is if you have a safety rating of over 3. Now for those who saw the video last time out, you would have seen that our safety rating got absolutely pummeled after a crash that was caused by someone else in the first race and then a crash from ourselves in the second. So whilst we're going to try and get the best result on track as possible, we definitely need to make sure that our safety rating goes up. Because for those who also aren't familiar, the seasons here on iRacing are in 12-week blocks. So this is week 3 because we're in round 3, and if you're not ready and meet the criteria to go up to the next license at the end of the season, you'll be stuck in the same license for the next season. So essentially, if our safety rating isn't good enough come the end of the season, we won't be getting promoted and we'll be stuck with the Mazdas for another season, which I absolutely do not want. Not that I've got an issue with the Mazdas or anything like that, but I do have my eye on the GT races, which are only unlocked when you get to the higher license levels. Getting back to the race here, we are now on lap number 2 and we're going to make up a position and go up to 8th as another guy just goes straight on at turn number 1. So not only has he lost positions, but he will end up getting hammered with the instant points as well, so not good at all for him. So we've now got our eye here on 7th. We've got the guy here in the green and black Mazda as we come over the crest in our sights here, but he's just going to disappear. So I have no idea what happened there. There was nothing up the top that suggests that he got disconnected or anything, but either way we'll take it, and we are now up to 7th place. However, this isn't going to be for long. As we come out of turn number 7, known as the downhill, our friend Jose Maria is going to get the run on us down into turn number 1. I'm not going to fight it, I'm going to let him through. Again, remember, yes, the final position is important, but our safety rating at this early stage of our career is even more important. Your promotion is not affected in any way by your I rating or your driver rating as we know it in GT Sport. Oh, get a right old side on there, but managed to keep hold of it. But it is affected by your safety rating. So as I say, at this early stage of the career, safety rating is king. So as we come down the no name straight here through into the uphill, again getting a little bit wobbly. These cars are a lot of fun to drive, but they're a bit like a boat, so you can have issues. You've got to be really careful with the weight. So as we come out of turn number 7 here, the downhill, we're going to get somebody else having a run on us and trying to take our 8th place. So I'm going to let them go. That's fine. What I don't want is him running deep and running into us and us getting safety points ruined. As you can see, also I've silenced the spotter, so he's not talking all over us this time. But the reason I'm letting him through, obviously, is for our safety rating, but also this is a 20-lap race, so this is a good 20-minute race. We're in what's known as rookies, as in some of the lowest classes, so there's a good chance that they could bin it. So I'm going to sit behind them for now, just make sure that I don't crash, and we're going to take any opportunity if it comes. We're going to rejoin the action here at the end of lap number 7, going on to lap number 8, so almost halfway now, and keep your eyes on the guys up in front. This is why I am keeping my distance. They are battling hard, and I do not want to get involved in anything like that, but I do sense that one, if not both of them, will bin it at some point during this race. Our spotter's telling us we've got 10 laps to go, so we're halfway now, as Jose Maria goes real deep into turn number 1 here. We're going to come out of turn number 2, and he is just ragged all over the place. This is the difference between iRacing and other titles. You just need to be patient. Racecraft really is magnified in a game like this. So we're going to get closer and we're going to see if we can put some pressure on him here, because I am conscious we're halfway through the race now, but just keep an eye on him here. He's going to get it all wrong and ruin his race. There we go. So he's going to jump up onto the curb, round he goes. You can have a look in the rear view, he is gone. So no good at all for him. He's just pushed too hard and binned it as we anticipated, and we are there to take the spoils. So as we start lap number, I think it's 12 now. Yep, 12 in the bottom right there. You can see that we are up to 7th, and we're going to try again to try and pressure the next car up in front, which is Trevor. 1 lap later, and we are still all over him. So as we come through up towards the no-name straight here, keep your eye on Trevor, because the pressure is going to cause him to make a mistake. In an almost identical move to Jose Maria, he's just going to get it wrong, coming down towards the final corner here, and he is gone. So we are now up to 6th. Not bad considering we started in 9th, and it was all about just being consistent, knowing when to fight, letting the guys through when you need to, and then applying pressure in different ways to get exactly what we want. So looking down at the relative there, down in the bottom right, you can see that we are 12.5 seconds behind the guy in 5th, and the next car up the road is a lapped car who is currently in 9th. You might be able to see him just going up the hill there ahead of us. So for us it looks like a consolidation job at this point, just try and bring the car home safely, because as you can see up ahead, like that yellow car's just done, this track is particularly difficult with these cars, and you can bin it just like Jose Maria did, just like Trevor did, and just like that yellow car did. So that's the last thing we want to do. We just want to bring this one safely home to get us some decent championship and safety rating points. As we come out of turn number 7 here to start lap number 17, the guy up ahead has crashed and we're about to take 5th. You can see him now, we've just overtaken him there. We are now up to 5th as he pits for damage, so we just need to bring home this 5th place now. Fast forward into the final lap here, coming underneath the bridge, coming into the final corner here. I'm actually gonna lose it entirely. You can see us there, we're gonna slam into the barrier. The car is damaged, but luckily we just need to get back on track here, and we're gonna bring this over the line regardless. The only problem you can see up there is that we lost control So we got some more penalty points there. The wheels cocked, but it doesn't matter. We're going to come home to take 5th place. Moving on to race number 2 now. We did a slightly better job in qualifying. We find ourselves 5th on the grid for this one, but the same strategy applies. We want to get as good a result as possible, but the main thing for us is to try and get 0 incident points, which is going to be even more difficult as we're at the sharp end of the grid this time. So coming through turns number 1 and 2, known as the Big Bend here. It's quite a nice corner because it's cambered inwards, so you can really throw it in there. We're coming to the left-hander of turn number 3 now, before the S's, and we're just going to try and hold fire at this point. We do not want to bin it at all. That's definitely not what we want to do. It's a long race, it's 20 laps just like the last one, and as we said, oh, you can see up the top there, Jose Maria is apologising once again, so he must have smacked someone else up the backside or caused some sort of issue to someone else. But as I say, our main issue is to stay away from the likes of them, only take the opportunities if they arise, just like in real life to be honest with you, and see if we can get 0 instant points for this one. So as we start lap number 2 here, we've got a good run here on the guy in 4th, but we're just going to come out of the throttle here because we were too far away to make that move. He's going to ride the curbs really hard, almost send himself off into the grass at turn number 1, but he's managed to recover it, and it hasn't hampered us too much at this stage. I'm conscious of the guy in 6th behind. I don't want him making a lunge or anything like that which could cause us issue, but at the moment it's looking okay. Cast your eyes up the road there. The guy in the yellow is just going to get it all wrong coming up the hill, and he's going to lose it in a big way. His race is over, and that's going to propel us up to 4th. As I said on the previous lap, I'm only going to make moves if they become available, and this one becomes available. We get a much better run over the person who is up in front coming out the final corner, corner number 7, so we're going to make the move and get it done even before we arrive at turn number 1. So at this point we're up to a podium position. Just going to get out the throttle there so that we don't run wide, but things are looking at this point pretty good. Jumping a little bit further on now, things are going to look even better for us as Trevor gets it wrong. He must have got it wrong coming down the hill there, but either way we are now up to 2nd with only the leader up ahead of us now. Rejoining the action now on lap number 9, you can still see that we're not holding people up, but there is a good chain of people behind us here. You can see that down on the relative there. But more significantly on that is that Jane has just overtaken the guy in 5th and is coming up fast. Now this person has shown that they're much faster than us, so I anticipate them being with us very shortly as we run a little bit wide there coming out of turn number 7. They're going to get the run on us down into turn number 1. I'm not going to fight this. I want to make sure I get minimal instant points, and if I can bring home a podium I will be absolutely happy with that one. So we're down to 3rd, but that's not a problem. What we need to do now is try and hold on to the person in front and pull away from the pack behind. And that was how it was going to stay for the rest of the race. There was nothing to show you guys, to be honest, so that's why I cut it out. Basically it was just me trying to remain consistent. So you can see the person who overtook us, the number 1 car, is now almost 10 seconds up the road. So we did the right thing by not trying to battle with that one. And also we've got a 6-second buffer to the person in 4th. So it looks like if we can keep this one together, we're going to bring home a podium. Also, at this point, we haven't got any incident points either. So not only are we going to get good championship points, but we're also going to get good safety rating points. Now, of course, This last corner, I don't know what it is, but I managed to get a slide on here. I managed to catch it, but as you can see up there, I do get an instant point for an off track. So I'm going to get 1 instant point. I was so close to a perfect race, but it doesn't matter. We come home and our safety rating is up to 2.99. And for now guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.